I can hear you, sir.
Well,
All right. All right. Um, so I want to welcome all of you to today's section. Apologies. I just had to attend to a few concerns before starting the class, but we're so happy to have all of you here. And I know that there have been occasions where people would say they want access to the recording, but we want everyone to be here and to listen to what we have to say. I'm not going to be the host for today's um, event. Precious is going to be taking charge of this. She has tons of experiences in product design, UI, UX, that is. And we also have a virtual assistant here with us to make sure that the event is going well. So I so much welcome all of you. Please, I want to encourage you in Dahel Techies. We are very open to students who are, becoming active participants. Try your possible best to engage with the host for today, which is Precious. Precious, are you shy to put on your video, or do you want to go ahead without a video?
I would prefer having it without a video.
All right. You don't want your students to see how amazing you look, huh?
They can always see me.
Yeah. So Precious has been doing this for a couple of years. She knows she's been earning money from it. So we don't just bring in anyone who feels they are UI UX designers. So I think I'll leave this to you. And the group is open. If you have questions, you can drop it on the WhatsApp group. Um, and then Oluchi, are you here? Okay. So for those of you in the group, you can drag your attention. Of course, Precious, you are in the group, so you can check if there will be questions coming up as well. So yeah, thanks for those who came early enough. I think I'll just allow you to continue from there. And thank you very much, Precious, for agreeing to do this for everyone, free of charge. Of course, we know. So that is it from me. I
Okay, good evening, everyone. Can we all hear me? Please, if you can hear
yes,
me, unmute yourself and
Yes,
then.
we can hear you.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you
hear
loud
we
and
you.
clear.
can hear you.
Okay. Okay. That's good. So, first of all, my name is Precious, and I am a UI/UX designer. And today, we're going to be having some beautiful talk about UI/UX design. So, I will also be sharing my screen. So, can we see my screen? Oh, please, you can mute yourself, please, please. Huh? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
We
Yes, we
can
can
hear
hear
can.
you.
you.
Yes, yes, we can
Okay,
hear you.
so
We can hear you.
okay, I am currently
Yes,
sharing
we
my
can hear
screen.
you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay. So we're going to be talking about UI UX design. I just shared the link to the Discord server on the WhatsApp page. So please, If you're not in the Discord server, you should join because I will also be taking us on how to use this. So once again, welcome everyone. Let's get straight to the business of the day. So I'm going to be talking on UI UX design. This is a tech generation, and this is a generation of remote work. So I encourage everyone around me to be tech savvy, to get a tech skill, because with a tech skill, you are not limited to any geographical location or office. One thing that tech will help you in life is to give you jobs beyond your location. You can even work from home or work in a hybrid environment, like maybe you only go to office twice in a week or twice in a week, the rest you can even work like maybe you are domiciled in Nigeria, your company is in Israel, is in Japan, is in US. I think someone's mic is still on and it's distracting me, please. Hello, are we there? So what is UI UX design? First of all, when you come to these tech skills I'm talking about, we have the coding and the non-coding aspects. The coding aspect is where you write codes for your when you want to develop a product, maybe the front end, the back end, you have to impute some codes and run it. Then the non-coding aspect is where you don't write a single line of code, just like in UI UX design. You don't write a line of code, because some people ask me a lot of questions. Oh, I don't like mathematics. I don't want anything that will expose me to mathematics or calculations or algebra or whatever. It's not my field. So if going into tech will make me to encounter such, please, I'll just continue being whatever I am. I'll tell them that you mustn't follow that line. There are so many lines you can, move or tilt towards, just like in UI UX design. So we're going to be taking it one step at a time so that we will understand what UI UX design is. First of all, we have the UI, which is the user interface, and then the user experience, which is the UX. User interface designs are user interface engineering, is the design of user interfaces for machines and software, such as computers, home appliances, mobile devices, and other electronic devices, with a focus on maximizing usability and other user experience. So let me just summarize what UI and UX mean in a layman's English so that we will understand it. Okay, I believe that every one of us here, we like food. We like to eat. So what's the favorite food everybody likes to eat? Rice. Okay. So I'm going to use example. I know some people like eba. Okay, I'm going to use eba, gari, fufu, pando with egusi soup. So you go to a restaurant and you tell them just like David is complaining of hunger. So imagine David goes into a restaurant and say, I want to eat what's it called? Fufu and egusi soup. And then they serve him this nice fufu with egusi soup and then goat meat, like big lumps, like 5 lumps of meat, or 2 or 3, depending on your choice. And then why the person serving the food is coming towards you, you look at the plate, the aesthetics is so nice. In fact, you just feel like eating it right away. the food, the soup, the plates, the presentation, everything is so nice. And they put it in front of you. You wash your hand. At this stage now, it is called the UI, user interface. How it looks. Then after the stage, we now go to the stage of the experience where we have to experience the food. Because the UI can be good, but the experience can be terrible. So you wash your hand, you now cut the eba, put it in the soup, and it goes into your mouth. At that stage, you are in the user experience. You have gone from user interface to user experience. So when you put it inside your mouth, then your tongue, your taste buds start the work. Oh, if it is delicious, you will know. If the soup is sour, you will know. If the soup is salty, you will know. If it is too oily, you will know. If it's so spicy, you will know. These are the things you encounter in the UX, the experience. That is what the UX now. The UI is the interface. How does it look? And of course, before you get to UI, for the food analogy I'm talking, the interface has to be, you don't want to order for, the egusi soup and they bring it and it's burnt, it's black, it's smelly. Oh, you will run away. So the UI and the UX has to go together. That is when you have the UI and the UX design. When you get a product, maybe a mobile app, it's so nice, it's so beautiful, then you want to experience it, you get into it. What is your experience like going through? Is it that when you want to open the app, it keeps freezing, it's not loading, it's not, all those experiences. These are what make it up. So is that clear? Is the definition clear, or the explanation? Is that okay? Or you want me to go over it again?
Clear.
Please.
It's clear.
Okay,
Well understood.
It is clear now. Well understood.
fine. So we have the qualities of a, please mute yourself. Qualities of a good user interface design. User interface design is a hot topic these days, and for good reason. In a world where digital experience has such a large part of our lives, the value of a quality user experience is higher than ever. Not only is it important now, but the quality of user interface is bound to be more important in future. From website to displays in our cars, to thermostat controls in our homes, user interfaces of all types. I think someone is still not muted. I'm picking some sound, please. All types of makeup of our daily experiences, taking into account that users are becoming more experienced. I wish I can get who is this. So please, someone should help me mute this person. Hello? Please, when next I ask if we are getting it, you can just use the chat and write it, or emoji. I don't know if you can use the emoji here, so that we will not be muting and unmuting ourselves. So what makes up a good user interface? Simplicity. You don't want to have a product that is so confusing to the user. In fact, when it comes to UI/UX design, the simpler your product, the better. And most times, simple products are very, 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 very time consuming and tedious. because you want to make it very, very minimalistic design. You don't want to carry colors everywhere, scatter the topography, everything. So simplicity is what makes a very good UI design. User interface design should be simple. Less number of mouse clicks and keystrokes are required to accomplish this. Clarity. When I get into, if assuming your app is maybe a GTB mobile app or UBA mobile app, you are designing this app, I should understand that once I enter this is a banking app. I shouldn't come into a banking app and in my brain, I'm thinking this is an app for agricultural products. There should be clarity in your product or even a website. I shouldn't enter a website that is meant for children and I'm seeing adult content. So what makes your user interface fine is that if I enter a website that is meant for children, I should be able to see the tone, the use of colors, graphics, everything should make me feel that, oh, this is for children. Or if I enter a fashion website, I don't want to enter into a fashion website and I feel like I want to order food. So there should be clarity in your design. To help create clarity, create clear and concise labels for buttons and actions. Remember that the first attribute was simplicity. You want to keep that in mind with your labels, definitions, and explanation. Avoid cluttering up your interface with lengthy explanations. Your users will not read or appreciate them, and they will only get in the way of the user experience. Number 3, consistency. I just want to use this to just explain to us what I mean by consistency. Now, if this is a website, which is not a website, you can see that there are consistencies in the layout. Now, if I click on this frame and I come here, this is the color 042A75. I click on this one, 042, you see, it's consistent. You click on this one, it's consistent. Okay? Then, I won't have this here. Then when I come to the next, maybe a mobile app, I come to the next screen, then this is the color. All of them are still blue. Then I come to this one, and then this is the color. This is not consistent. This is confusing. This can trigger a lot of things in people. Remember, when you are having a design, you are not designing for yourself. You are designing for multiple users. You are designing for people that have photosensitivity. You are designing for people that have autism. You are designing for people that have low vision. So you should be careful how you use layouts and colors. There should be consistency in your colors, and avoid sharp colors that can trigger convulsion. So let me go back to my colors, please. So your design should be consistent, sorry. With your user interface, you will want to maintain consistency throughout the entire experience. Consistent interfaces will allow your users to rely on and develop usage. What's happening? And develop, sorry, I was. Okay, people crave consistency, and you should give your users the opportunity to be proven correct when they rely on it. Oh God, someone is distracting me. They want an They want an experience where if they learn to do something, they will be able to rely on it working the same way on other screens. Maintain language, layouts, and design throughout your interface. As you can see now, if this also is a mobile app, you don't want maybe, as you can see, let me highlight here. I am using Poppins. 48 is the size, and it's also regular. You don't want, when they are reading, they're used to Poppins. Okay, this site or mobile app was designed with Poppins. Next thing now, you are bringing in maybe, okay, this is not even that bad. Let's skip. Oh, this is not bad. Good. So I am reading this. Next thing I see this. This is not consistent at all. It is not consistent. So you must use a consistent font all through your design. So let me take it back to where it was. From the color, the font, the size, the grid, everything you use, there must be consistency, because these are the things that will make people to stay on your website or just leave it. You know, when you click a website and navigate towards it, something makes you to stay 2 minutes, something makes you to stay 5 minutes, something makes you to stay 2 seconds, and you just get out. Because if I click on your website and go there and I see that you are confused, I will just move out. You are not the only one selling that product, because at this stage everybody they put an emphasis on their mental health. So if your website is going to make me feel stupid, is going to make me feel sick, is going to make me feel somehow, I will just leave it. So when designing, maintain consistency. Don't design like a mad person, like somebody that had a bad day and you want to express yourself on your website. Intuitiveness. The most important quality of a good user interface design is to be intuitive. Intuitive user interface design is one that is easy to learn so that user can pick up quickly and easily. Icons and labels should be concise and cogent. A clear, unambiguous icon can help to make user interface. This is, let me just demonstrate it. Okay, maybe you are trying to sign in or log in. Okay, let's use login as an example. I say login, shift. Okay. So I want to create a login button. And then I'll need to apply some background color. Let's say blue. I like blue a whole lot, forgive me. Okay, okay. Then the text color, I want it to be white. And this is it. So when you see this as a button, you know what to do. You know that what this means is, sorry?
Please, we are not seeing what you're doing. It's all blank.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm telling
Go
you. It's all
down,
blank.
go
I've
down,
been raising my hand.
I can see them. I can see the
I
screen.
can
go
see
down.
We
Some
can
of
see
us
it
can see
too.
it.
We
Actually,
can see it too.
I can also see
I
it.
can actually see.
Oh,
Me, I
okay.
screen.
I think you zoomed out too much on your screen. So zoom in and you'll see
It's
it.
okay. It's
Or
okay now.
scroll down.
Okay.
It's okay.
Please
It's
mute
okay.
yourself. So
Please, can everybody mute themselves, please?
So back to what I was saying. So I created two buttons. One is for login and one is for sign up. So this is how buttons look. Sign in and login. When you enter website or mobile app, once you see this, you know, oh, I need to log in. Oh, I need to sign up. You don't want to tell a user to log in and then maybe you come here and instead of login, you put, I don't know, what kind of word will I put now that will confuse? Okay, yeah, you say enter. And the person will be confused. Enter where? Enter what? Enter my name, enter a house, enter what am I entering? So this is what people are used to. Don't change it. Don't use words that may leave the user confused. What do you want me to enter? Is it price? Is it, I don't know. This is nothing. This is not a CTA. It's not a call to action button. So use things that people will understand easily. Visual hierarchy. One attribute that is often overlooked but is important to a quality UI is designing your interface so that it allows users to focus on what is important. If you try to make everything look important, you just create information overload. Practical example here is this very screen we are looking at. There is hierarchy here. The points here, they have their size, but this one here, you can see it is extra bold and it is 64. Then for this here, you can see it's just regular. It's not extra bold, it's just regular and it's 48. So there's visual hierarchy here. Once you look in this text, you will know the ones that are the subheadings and you know the one that is the body. No, none of them is competing for attention with the other. No. I know that if it is point I want to pick here, I'll just come and pick the point and leave. If I want to, if I'm interested in reading the body for further explanation, I'll know what is the body, I will read the body. So when you are doing your design, building your product, you should also apply this principle. They are very important. Forgiveness. This quality can encourage users to use the software in a full extent. Designers should provide users with a way out when users find themselves somewhere they should not go. So that is when navigation comes in. So let's open some websites. Let's go to GitHub. I like referencing GitHub a lot because, okay, so back to what I was saying, you see the sign in and sign off. These are languages that we know. Now, let's talk about forgiveness. Assuming I told you, okay, go and, sorry, who is that? I say, oh, go to GitHub and read about the product. And then while reading the product, instead of reading everything in this homepage, maybe you come to enterprise and you say, oh, enterprise builds like the best. Oh, this is not the homepage. This is not what I am supposed to do. You don't, a good website should give you the ability to navigate fast. All you have to do is just come here, click on this, and you are back to the page. You don't keep, how do I go back to the home page? How do I go back? So any place you find yourself, you will always see this icon that will take you back to the home page. Anywhere you see yourself, you will always be able to navigate. You will always see this icon. Once you click on it, it takes you back to the home page. You don't feel stupid. Your website should not, your product should not make people feel stupid. They should be able to navigate from the home page and start all over again. Your user interface efficiency is how a user will get to where they want to go and do what they want to do. A quality user interface allows users to perform tasks with speed and ease. In other words, it operates with efficiency. When it comes to building a website, you will notice that when I click on this gate, it opens very, very fast. And in this generation where attention span is getting lower and people are no longer patient, you don't want to click to open a website and in the next 5 minutes it's still going around and round and turning on its own. You'll be where. You will just be confused. You just close it. So when building a website, these are the things you should also, when designing a product, whether it is mobile app, whether it is a website, whether it is a web application, whether anything is that you are working on, you should know that this product is supposed to be efficient. To perform a task analysis, consider the activities and tasks users are most likely to perform, and then streamline the process to make each as quick and easy as possible for users. You don't want to get to this GitHub. Maybe this is a first timer that is coming in, and you cannot see the sign up button. Or you come in, you can't see the sign in, you can't even see it. It's hidden somewhere, or I really have to navigate to the very end before I can see the sign up. It doesn't make sense. These are call to action buttons that should be there. Once I come in, I should be able to access it. Responsiveness. This is the bedrock of every design. This is the bedrock. Because when you are doing your design, you will not tell people how to view your design. You might design a website. Maybe let me look for another website. But before you people will say I'm always using this. Let's go to Jumia. Good. At least we are familiar with this one. So now, if you get a contract to design this website, Jumia, and it's an e-commerce website, you should know that most of the time, people access this very website with their mobile phone. So when you are designing it, you should know that some people will access it with their laptop, some people will access it with their pad or tablet, and some people will access this site with their mobile phone. So your design must be responsive. It should respond to any screen it is being viewed with. That is just the whole story around being responsive. And this is one area that you should get, because when you are designing, there's what we call assets. You build your assets using auto layouts. Like this button that I created here, this is a very, very responsive button. Let me show you how responsive it is. You see, because I have sign up, the length here is width 249. If I begin to type in something else, maybe let's say call, you see it will shrink. This is a responsive call to action button. The more I add things, the more the length grows. This is a responsive button. So when you are, this is just the smallest example I can give because we are not in the class. This is just the button. When you are building your design must be responsive. When I'm viewing it with phone, I don't want contents not to be fully represented. And in UI UX design, you will learn how to design for a website, and you will learn how to design for tablets, and you will learn how to design for mobile phone. Example, if I choose frame here, you will see under frame you have phone, you have tablet, you have desktop, you have presentation, you have watch, you have social media. When you are designing for social media, you don't just draw something and then you start designing. No, there are dimensions for everything you design. So if I want to design a Facebook post, you come to social media, this is a Twitter post, this is a Facebook post. I will pick it. This is the dimension for a Facebook post. You can see for Facebook post, let me pick another one, Twitter posts. Then let me pick another one, Instagram. You see the difference. And these are the things that makes your design to scale wherever you post it. You don't just, there's no magic in design. Everything must be specific for it to scale. And I want to design for mobile phone. Let me collapse this. Then you ask yourself, is it iPhone 14, 14 Pro? You choose the series here. So if I pick this now, this is the size. Then I want to design for tablets. Then I pick this. This is the size for a tablet. And then I want to design for a laptop. I collapse this. I pick MacBook 16. So when you are designing, you must design, when you are designing, example, this Jumia, when you are designing, you first of all design it for laptop view, you design it for tablet view, and you design it for mobile view. Then you can now say that your design is fully responsive. If somebody is viewing it with a laptop, it will show. If the person changes to tablet, they can view it. If they change to phone, they can view it. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Hello, is there any question at this point? Is there any question before I move into different places you can specialize? Because UI UX design is very, very broad. There are so many places you can specialize in UI UX design. Is there any question so far?
Yes,
For the
please.
ones I have taught, not the one I have not talked about. Unmute yourself, Amadi.
I can't see the screen.
Were you not the one they told to scroll down or something?
No. I wasn't the one. I was seeing the screen that time, but I got a call, so I had to rejoin. But I can't see the
Okay,
screen.
no, I think you should refresh your internet connection.
Okay.
Yes, or your meeting, maybe leave and join again. I think that call disrupted it.
All right.
Oh, that's crazy.
Who is that? Please mute yourself. Okay, fine. So there are different niches in UI UX design. One beautiful thing about UI UX design is that there's something I call transferable skills. Like me, I am a nurse. Look at me here. So those that wanted to see my face, look at me. Oh. I practice as a research nurse. So I was more into data analytics and the stuff before I found myself in design. And when I found myself in design, I majored more on healthcare design because as a nurse, most of the health insurance apps is somebody that designed it. Okay. Hospital and anything related to health tech is people that design it. So in UI/UX design, there's something we call transferable skills. If you are a lawyer, we have law tech. It's people that design mobile apps for law firms. Somebody designed their website. If you have been into agriculture, you can also transfer that skill because it's someone that build apps that firms or industries that deal with agricultural products use. So you can also specialize in it. These are specialties. Just like a nurse after your normal nursing school or a doctor after your medical school, you must specialize because the money is in the niche. Don't be a jack of all trade and master of none. You have to niche down. Okay? Like I said, I was a research nurse. You can say, oh, I am an oncology nurse, pediatric nurse, dental nurse. Okay, so these are niches. So when you come to UI/UX design, there are also niches that you have to niche down and then become very, very good in that. So that whenever somebody say, I need a UX writer, you come to mind. This person is a UX writer. So under these niches, we have UI designers. They just focus on aesthetics, the user interface. They're very good with colors, white space, topography, everything. They're just good with user interface. Then we have the UX designers. Those are like the back end aspect, the experience of the app. Like, how do the users use the app? Like, are they happy using the app? Is it solving their problem? This is a niche. You have the US researchers. Before you build an app, you have to carry extensive research and competitive analysis. Assuming you want to build a banking app, now there are so many banking apps in the world. So we want to know why we should leave our own and come to you. Maybe I have accounts with UBA, Zenith, First Bank, Wema, and then you tell me you are coming in with Luxury Bank. Why should I leave all these banks and come to you? That's where US researcher comes in. You will research on the existing products, find out their deficiencies, and then capitalize on it on your product. That's where researchers come in, US writers, people that write articles on landing, like when you are like this GitHub now, everything you see here, Hanas for productivity design, for somebody wrote it. Let's build from here. Somebody wrote it. It's the US writers. They know the West that we get people, drive people crazy. They want to do this. They want to. Let's come here now. Okay, time left. This is not giving me the vibe I'm looking for. Like, there are some websites you will enter, you will see the tone of urgency. Like, if you don't buy this now, you are going to die. You will feel like if you don't buy this now, the world has left you behind. These are the US writers. They know the right words to use and captivate people to to stay on a website and turn the client into potential or actual buyers of their products. Design system designers. These ones are more of how do I put it now? Okay, when you want to cook egusi soup. Okay, let's change soup. I've talked so much about egusi. Which soup now? Afang soup. Sorry, I don't even know how to prepare afang soup. I just know the name, but I think they use leaf and vegetable and meat and So let's assume that is what they use for afang soup. So you want to prepare afang soup now. The meat has to be there, the red oil. Do they use red oil? I don't know, but if they use it, it has to be there. The maggi has to be there, the leaf has to be there, the water has to be there, the pot has to be there, the stove or the gas has to be there, and the matches has to be there. When the collection of all these things before you start cooking is like the design systems. Sorry? What did you say? Did anybody say anything? Okay. I guess not. So there are people that are called design systems engineer. They are like the bedrock, like they give you, like if you come here now, you will see assets. They build the assets. Like if I want to turn this button now, where's that button? Oh, sorry. I left something on top of it. Now, before you start designing a website, all this your login, enter, you turn them into asset. How do you turn them into asset? You come here, you create a component, and when I click on my asset, you will see it. So whatever I am designing throughout the length now, if I come here now, I can just create one of these, something like phone and phone tablet, and turn it into an asset. I can use it everywhere. I can bring it here. How do you do it? Let's say, where is that my, okay, I think it's down here. Fine. I am doing something on this place and I need a login button. I'll just drag my assets here and put it here. And then I am doing something again, something needs to be here. I'll drag it here, put it here, and then change whatever I want to be there. I can put hello here. Instead of anytime I need one, I will come again and do hello, start all over. I'll first of all do hello, turn it into a layout, then come here, put color, and then change. You see the time it's taking me. I'll choose another. This time around, I have forgotten that it was blue I used though. I will now put this color. I'll bring it here. Then there'll be confusion in the website. You just create, there are people that prepare the whole thing for you. All you have to be doing is drag your assets. Be dragging, as you are designing, you are dragging your assets and working with it. Because with this, the reason asset is important is there is consistency in everything. You can see for this one now, the corner radius is 0. I forgot that I used a corner radius, but here, the corner radius is 8. Here, the corner radius is 8. There is consistency. And you'll be shocked that your users notice all these things. Let's assume this one is still the blue. Okay, it's still the blue. And then the text inside is still white. But let's look at these two actions now. You will see this one is very sharp and traumatizing. This is rounded. Your users will notice it. This one is a bit cool. This one is too sharp. It's as if it's going to, pluck my eye out. Your users will notice all these details. There are people that are perfectionists. So this kind of confused people are this. This one is, I beg, please, can I go to another website? So when you are designing, there are people that are called design systems designer. They put things in place. Interaction design, when
You fix names. That's your job.
sorry.
Wow. Kí ló máa ń pe àwọn
I think somebody is asking to be let in. So yeah, I'm done with interaction designers are more of motion designers. They will tell they when okay, we're still in GitHub, right? Yes. They are more of motion designers. They will help you to understand how to navigate a product. Maybe it's a mobile app that is being designed. It will help you to understand, oh, if I click on this sign up, it will take me to this place. There's something we call prototyping in design. After you must have finished your design, you prototype it. And prototyping helps you to know, oh, from here, if I click here, it will take me here. If I click here, it will take me here. If I click here, it will take me here. It's more of interaction of design, interaction of your website, interaction of your mobile app, how you click from one interface to the other, the user journey, how the user journeys from here, all the navigations you have to do to get to your different places, sections of your design. This is what they do. Presentation design. Presentation designers are more like how do I put it now? PowerPoint. Yes, that's the closest we can get. PowerPoint design when you are trying to present maybe your project, final year project, you have your PowerPoint slides, and from here you navigate to here. So these people are very, very important when companies, maybe they are trying to submit a proposal or bid for a project. Please mute yourself, okay? Who is Jonah, please mute yourself. Thank you. So, oh, please, you guys should stop distracting me. It makes me lose concentration. Then I was talking about presentation design, assuming maybe WHO, they want to develop a mobile app and companies want to bid for proposal. It would be nice you have a presentation designer. When you must have, you put your proposal, how this is going to work out, how you're going to design the mobile app or the product or whatever, the phases and the reason how people will navigate, a presentation designer will put them, the journey it will go through. When you are given the platform to come and present what you want to do, it will take them through from the beginning to the end to convince them, okay, this is how the users are going to interact with this is what they will meet at this point, these are their work. Then we have the brand identity designers. The brand identity designers are more of they design for brands, like they're more of into giving a face, like the logo, the color, the feel. Maybe a biscuits producing company, okay, they want the packaging of the biscuits, the shirts, the caps, the pen. Okay, I think I can just brand identity design. So, okay, let's start with this guy here. So this is a specialty tool that after you are done, you can specialize in. Yes, so you can see it. This is a handbag. This is a jotter, I think. This is a jotter. This is what brand identity designers do. This is their specialty. They just create identity for brands. You see, a brand identity designer did this. I think this might be a bathing gel or something. Oh, I don't have much here. Okay, let me go to images and see. Good. This is what I was looking for. You can see this is the work of brand identity designers. This is Jota. This is shirts, I guess. And then the eyeglass and stuff like that. These are the works of brand identity designers. These are the things they do. Some of them flash. I believe we have seen some of these things. These are the works of brand identity designers. So there are so many areas you can niche down. And then we have the Web3 designers, the youths, okay? NFT tokens and stuff like that. Some people specialize in it. So after you must have gone through your training, I always advise people, don't stop here, niche down. Find where you belong here and niche down is always better. Okay? Though most times in job descriptions, you will see UI/UX design. And because, of course, companies are trying to cut costs, they want somebody that is proficient in UI and somebody that is also proficient in UX. They merge two of them. And most times they don't even pay you for this. But most big companies, they employ you, like in Google, Microsoft, they will take, if you're UI, UI designer, that's what you come in for. Visual designer, US designer, US researcher. But most times, what we is obtainable. If you're employed as a UI US designer, you will do UI, UX, research, and write at the same time. In fact, you also do design systems and also do interaction. Everything here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's why most times when you are training for this, you train them as UI/UX. So if you are lucky to get a job that only wants this, then fine for you. But most jobs will ask for this. So now, what is the pay? How much does UI/UX designers earn? So I did a breakdown so that you will know what you are getting into. The average pay of UI/UX designers, junior designers, I have the pay both in dollar and in naira, so that you will also make your decision wisely. For the average pay for a junior designer is in dollars is $94,564 per month. In naira it's 70 million, and then monthly this. For those that know their worth, like this is for most time remote jobs that you get outside Nigeria. If it is within Nigeria for US in UI/UX design interns, most time you see people say, they will start you with 300,000. But I also encourage people start with that. Okay, start with that. You need that experience, you need a portfolio, you need the connection. Then when you must have been with them for 2-3 years, you will be in high demand. By the time you are applying for foreign jobs, you will have a lot of products you have built. Your confidence level would have been, harnessed. You will even bid more, you can discuss more. You must have worked with developers, front end, back end, product managers, the digital marketing departments. That experience counts a whole lot. It counts. And this is the pay of mid-level designers. This is the pay of senior designers. There can be variations in countries, like if you get a job to work in Germany, in UK. This one I use US. Okay, I used US for this. But some of you can get job to work for companies in Japan, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, UK, Germany, and the rest. Ireland, Norway. UI/UX design is always in high demand. And then for this program, the fee is 100,000, but there is room for installment payment. You can chat up David or the virtual assistant or the admin to arrange the payment method of the 100K, how you can pay it. You mustn't pay everything at once. And then the class starts February. So now I believe I shared the link to this Discord server. But before we get here, let's have some questions on this before we get to. You can unmute yourself and ask your questions now.
Please, how long does the class take? How long does it take
It's
to
3
complete the
months,
class?
12 weeks. 12 weeks.
Okay.
And it's live, like it's not recorded, like you will be given link to go and watch pre-recorded videos. No, it's live classes, just like you are having it here now.
Sorry, so what happens when I not join live?
One question at a time, please. One question at a time.
Hello, please.
Yes, please, can I ask a question?
Okay, go ahead.
Please, I would like to know what days of the week we'll be having the class. Is it something that it's going to be every day of the week or some days?
No, some days will be selected for it. It's not yet fixed. But
okay,
weekend is off. Yes, weekend is off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, you said it will not be recorded. So I wanted to ask. So that
No. I didn't say it will not be recorded. I said the class is not like when you pay. You will be given a link to go and listen to it. Can you mute yourself, please? It's not like you will be given a link to go and listen to courses that have been recorded. Then you go and listen by yourself, and whether you understand it or not, you're your own. No, it's live class just as we are now, but it will still be recorded. So after the live class, you can still go over and listen again.
Sorry, let me ask: is this starting or being done concurrently? As because I noticed that it's like some of us are from different classes. I don't know, or a new class for this or different cohort. Okay, it starts
It
February.
will start February. It has not started.
Okay. So this one is just like giving us an introductory.
Yes.
About what it is. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Can the class be subsidized, given that we are, from from this cohort, what do you call the name of Dahel, from Dahel Techies? You know what I mean? So is it possible to kind of subsidize it further? Because some of us that may like to join would definitely need to combine, the two for some that are still having undergoing the other class. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Is it possible?
I think it is the admin of Dahel that will answer that. I can't answer that. I don't know if the admin or David. Okay, maybe later you can ask that question in the WhatsApp group so that David will take care of that. Okay, I am not in the best position to answer this question. Okay, just drop it in the WhatsApp group. When he's back, he will attend to you either privately or in the general group. He will attend to you.
Hello. My hand are up. Can you ask a question?
How much is the
sorry. Okay, ask your question.
My question is the UIUX class you want to start for February.
Please, how many of these, is it called interfaces, are we going to be taught? Is it 1, 2, or 3 different, or 4 design interfaces?
Look, this is what you are learning, UIUX design.
Okay.
This is what you are learning.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I think what the last person is trying to ask is, are we going to be taking through all of the niches, or are there some of them that are going to be left out?
Thank you for that.
Okay. The niching, this is just like I cited an example. If you are studying medicine or nursing, after your medical school of 6 years, it is always better to specialize. Oh, this is my specialty. It's not as if you cannot work with your medical certificate, but it's always better to specialize. With this, you can always work. This is more like, okay, I just want to be a UI designer. But I told you that the danger of labeling yourself UI designer is that you have to target the big companies like Google, Microsoft. Most of other companies will not offer you this. So that's why we combine both of them. Some people will tell you their bootcamp is just UI bootcamp. After that, go and learn US somewhere else. But we are combining both UI and US. And under this UI US, you will still learn US research. You will learn US writing. You will learn design system, and you will learn interaction design. But after that, you can say, oh, I don't want problem. Or I'm a no skin pen. I'm a soft girl or soft boy. I'm doing UI UX. Talk. If you say it's only UI you want to, then it's only in those people that you will get job. Most of the job you see, they will combine UI UX. You have to be jack of all trades.
Thank you. I think that answers the question. So you're going to be taking us through a combination of all of the niches, and then individuals could then go ahead and decide on where exactly they want to specialize at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Thank you.
In your app, sorry, your hand is up.
Okay, please, ma, I want to ask, like, what are the requirements if you want to like start? What are the requirements if you want to start UI UX design? Like, is it a must you have a laptop for the first period, or you can actually use your normal phone for it, then get a laptop later?
You definitely must have a laptop. Figma cannot be operated with phone. This is what we use, Figma. You can see it's Figma. This is what we use, and you can't do it with phone. You can't design with phone. So you must have a laptop. Because right from day one, you'll be taught on how to open accounts. Like you can see now, this is my Figma account, this is my picture, and this is my name. So you will have to open accounts, and then we start teaching you the tools, the text tool, the drawing tools, the shape tools, everything. It has to be with a laptop. So you need a laptop and you need internet connection.
All right.
Good evening, ma.
Okay.
Good evening, ma.
I can hear you.
My question is, will there be anything like personal mentorship class?
Training be holding. Hello.
Sorry?
I said,
Yeah.
will there be anything like personal mentorship class, like a mentorship class?
Like taking you personally?
Yes, for slow learners.
No, there's no like personal. If for this boot camp, we have cohort by cohort. Not you are not you won't join the class and then we'll now be teaching you alone. That's why the courses are recorded. And it's not every day. You have question time where you ask your question will be answered, and all of you will be put, that's those taking the class will be put into a group, so you can ask your question. Your teacher will answer you, your fellow students will help you. It's nobody will be left behind, even if you're a slow learner.
All right, thank you, ma.
So the sessions will also be recorded so that after the class, you still go back to the recording now. So when you are now playing the recording, you can see where we did this, you can do it, you pause, practice, practice. That's the essence of recording. Even if it takes you the next 6 hours to finish the recorded class of 1 hour, fine. Just pause and do whatever the teacher is doing with the video.
All right, I have a question, please. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
All right. For some of us that are already, engaged one way or the other, is it going to be a weekend class? Because
No.
okay, what time of the week would the class be?
I said the days are not yet fixed, but the classes are evening.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
They are evening classes, and then you, like I said, you also have your recordings.
Sorry.
Okay, so we'll
Sorry?
send to our email after each classes.
Sorry?
I said you'll be sending the videos to our possibly emails after each classes for those that missed the class.
Yes. You will have access to the recorded video in case you miss the class. Like when I was learning, I think I used the recorded classes more because I was working too. So me, I prefer the recorded classes because I like I said, I moved from nursing, which is totally different from this. So when I started, everything was sounding like Swahili. So me, I will allow them to do their class. What I need is the recorded video. So I will just keep the recorded video by the side and then open my Figma. Whatever they are doing, is they say do this, I will pause it, come and do it. Okay, do this, I'll pause it, come and do it. And it really, really helped me. So by the next class, I am ready. So you are covered.
So okay, now that you said you were working, how easy is it to migrate from your work and then leave, get this very well? And what's the boldness of the, but like for you now that I've been working as a nurse, what's the boldness of the decision? Like, did you totally vacate the nursing and then jump into this fully? Or because some of us are working and we are trying to learn this, or is it possible to practice it as at part-time level and get a work as part-time job with it, and then maybe now decide how to move on? Or is something that you have to abandon what you are doing to go and start pursuing this new one?
Okay, while I was schooling, I didn't abandon because me, I needed the money now. I needed the money to pay for my course. And while I was studying, it was not this cheap. It wasn't this cheap when I was studying. Like, it really cost me a whole lot. So, and of course, one thing with transitioning is that you are not in control of when you will get a job. So it's not always good to resign unless you have a backup plan. Somebody, maybe if you're married, your husband can take care of the house, or your wife, until whenever. Because after your studies or after the boot camp, it's not like a job is there waiting for you. So I advise people, hold on to your job. This is not every day, and most times it is evening. I combined my nursing job with my training when I was doing it. So when I left it entirely was when I finally, became good and of course got a job. And for being easy, there is no career that is easy, even a wheelbarrow pusher. No career is easy. So don't come with the expectation that, oh, it's so easy. Is it not just to drag and drop? No, it's more than that. So I would say that what also helped me in this career path is that, like I told you, I was a research nurse. I looked at myself. This is what I wanted to do. Somehow, I am more of a color person, design person, aesthetics person, and it really helped me. So I didn't struggle so much. Yes, like design runs in our family. My mother sews, I sew. So somehow design run in our family, and I was able to manage it. But it's something that if you bring out your mind, I say this thing, I'm giving myself this year, 2023. By the end of this year, you will have your stand. But hold on to your job first. Before you get a UIUX design job, then you can now switch.
Ma, I have a question, please.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a UX work as a student?
Of course. Of course, there are so many Nigerian students who are currently working. Is your
Okay, ma.
drive, is the energy you put in it. And number two is that as a student, you know your studies are your priority.
Yes.
So while you are doing this, you have to balance your school timetable and this. And I will also advise you, don't do it because you want to start making money immediately. Take your time, do it as you are schooling. Maybe if you still have 2 years, tell yourself within these next 2 years, I'm going to get grounded in UI/UX design so that once I graduate, I am ready for work. Because most of the job you will get, they are deliverables. You will be expected to deliver. What if you're expected to deliver is in your exam period? Will you leave it to go and sleep inside Figma? So as you are studying, you are also building yourself so that once you graduate, in fact, by the time you are writing your final exam, you start applying for jobs, and then you are very, very strong at it.
Thank you, ma. I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
I have a question, please.
Okay.
Okay, I want to ask, the training, is it going to be project-based? Are we going to do more of projects so that maybe at the end of it, one can use it to showcase to future employers?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. You will have a lot of, you will have case studies to do with which you will build your portfolio. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And of course, this is more of a practical course. That's why I kept doing one thing or the other. It's not something you just come and talk and talk. From day one, it's going to be a lot of assignment, lot of projects, lot of things to do.
Okay.
So I guess we've exhausted our questions. So the next thing we have is how to use, because this is what we're going to be using for all the communications. Once you pay, you will be added to the UI/UX design. This is the general server for Dahel Techies, both the data science and UI/UX, everybody's here. But once the training starts, those for UIUS will have their own different server, which will be locked. So this is where the whole training will happen, and the resources, the materials, the interactions, the sharing of screen, everything will happen here. And why I insisted that it must happen here is that most of the foreign companies, this Discord is what we use for everything. Discord, Discord now is like a mobile office. As let's say this is MTN now, you have MTN here, and then can have different channels. You can say, oh, finance department, marketing department, logistic department, food department, and all of them will be independent of themselves. As you create the finance department, you lock it. Somebody from logistics will not see who is here, and this person will not see. They won't know what is happening. They will do their meeting, do everything, do their video call, share their screen, and these people will not know. Those in food departments will not know what is happening here. So this is why most companies are migrating here. And if you're a tech person, it will be good you learn your tech with Discord so that when you get a job, you won't be behaving like somebody from the ninth century. So that is why we'll be using Discord for everything, so that by the end of your training, you will add the knowledge of Discord as your project management tool. Because most times during interview, they will ask you, what product management or project management tools do you know? Then you tell them Discord. Oh, wow, that's good. That's very good. So by the end, you will know how to navigate, how to see information, how to join meeting, how to share screen. Like now, for some of us, okay, I can see that Night and YT from Heaven, they are online. So I can decide to start a meeting. And as I start this meeting now, somebody will join, Night will join me. This is a call. And then when they join me, I can decide to share my screen. You see, these are my screens. I can decide to share this very screen now, and I will share it, just like Google Meet. So with Discord, you don't need Google Meet, you don't need Zoom, you don't need this Microsoft meeting. Everything happens here. That is why companies are migrating to this place. And that's why we are going to be using it a whole lot for this training. Is that okay? Can anyone hear me? Hello, am I
Yes.
talking?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So the knowledge of this God, like now, these are places, if not that I'm already sharing my screen here and most of you have not even joined, we only have 11 offline members and two. So I would have used this Discord now to show us how to have your meeting, but it's very, very simple. I can end the call. Then if we are in this, okay, this is a general, this is a meeting plan. Assuming this is our marketing department, I have created it and I added people in marketing and I lock it. Then we can, after marketing, we can come back to say we want to have a meeting. I can start off a meeting here in the marketing department. I can start off a meeting, everybody will join. I can share my screen and we discuss. As we are doing it, maybe the only people in the marketing department is Bliss Baby and Double. As we are having this meeting, everybody here, they don't know what is happening here. They are in the general server, but they are not in this channel. They don't know what is happening here. All the resources I share, they won't know. So this is why most companies are moving to Discord, because
But
it's like a
sorry,
mobile.
but someone cannot attend double meeting at the same time, or if you are
No,
in the
no, you can't. Okay, assuming you are maybe in this department and in this
assuming you are in the
department.
marketing and somebody somebody opens another meeting in general, what happens?
Somebody starts a meeting in the general. No, you
And
can't
you're
now. You
already
can't
having a
join.
meeting.
You can't join two meetings at the same time.
Okay.
And most times meetings are done in the departmental level, not in the general, because this general now, you can have up to 1,000 persons. If it is a big company, you can have up to 1,000 persons. Most times meetings are done in the channels, not in the server. Because this general now is for the server, it's not for channel. This we have every person that enters here. It's only in these channels now, these different channels, that you can have the different departments. Any other question?
So what's the mode of payments?
Okay. It's on the.
And how
Please,
much?
It's 100,000. Then the mode of payment is on the Facebook page, but please, admin, you can also post it in the WhatsApp group. I think they have mode of payment for Nigerians and people that are outside Nigeria. They have different links. So the admin or the virtual assistant will post the link in the group so that I think, okay, yes, it's been posted. Then remember I said if you want to have arrangements for installment payments, also chat up David so that he can help you with that.
Please, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, the question is based on the previous discussion we had on UIUX. Is there any aspect of it that has to do with coding? That's number
No.
one. Okay, there is none. Okay, so from the class, are we going to learn, maybe someone would want to link coding to it? Is it something that we are going to learn also from here? Maybe you want to convert what you've designed into maybe a front-end designer. You want to convert what you've done in UI, UX to something like CSS and all that. Is it part of what we're going to be learning?
No, this is design. That one is another career pathway or itself. That one is engineering. This is design. We are not learning. I'm not an engineer. Like I'm not a front-end developer or back-end. This is my career pathway. So if you want that one, it's totally career pathway of its own.
Okay.
There's no coding here, not even one line of code.
Okay, can you hear ma?
Mm-hmm.
I have okay. Based on what this last caller asked, the question she asked, there are some US design jobs that they demand or they want you to have CSS and HTML knowledge before you can apply. So in those cases, what will you do? Because I've seen, and I not one, not twice, I've seen several of them. They would expect you to have CSS and HTML knowledge before you can apply. In those cases, what would you do?
Yeah, in that case, what they mean is that you should just have understanding of how your product will be built. Like me, I am a developer, but I am a low code developer. That I use Webflow and Bubble. I don't write code because there are also ways you can develop, engineer your product. They will come live, but you won't write a single line of code. That's where Webflow and Bubble come in. So what they want you to know is the knowledge they're asking. It's not that you will come and be writing code. Me, I write code sometimes. So like you can see my studio here. I write codes, HTML and CSS. what they want you to know, what they are trying to get from you is that, do you know how this product will be developed? Because if you have an understanding how your product will be developed, you will be a better designer. Like now, product, let me open my studio. Hold on. Please give it some time. Okay. So this is just a hero page of something. I designed it in Figma and I built it up out in using HTML. You can see my HTML, and then I styled it
We
with
can't see your
CSS.
screen. We are.
So
I
let
can't
me.
see your screen. Let me show you. I can't see what we are. What I'm seeing is still the same UI UX design. This thing that you showed, the Figma.
You can see my screen.
Same here.
Oh.
Stay showing the
Yes, the
previous.
screen is still the Figma dashboard that you showed. Yeah.
I think it changed now.
Oh. Okay. Let me see. Let me stop sharing and reshare. Then let me know if I can see it. Desktop window.
Okay.
Window. No. It's not even giving me the option to show. Okay, don't worry. I think maybe. I wanted to share, but it's not giving me the option. Okay, okay, okay. I think. Can you see it now? Hello?
Not yet. It's still blank. No, please.
It's blank.
It's kind of blank here.
Oh,
Nothing at all.
okay.
Sorry, Precious, are you here?
Sure, I am.
Okay.
So what they want you to, what they are asking is, example now, I think I'm going to just build a basic landing page. Okay. Let me open my Figma. Precious. So that I can use this to illustrate what, because when it comes to front, can you all hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
When it comes to development, that's either front end or back end where you use your CSS and the HTML. What they want to know is that when it comes to development, developments are done in sections where you use div block and you flex them. So let me just open. Okay, this one is a bit colorful. Okay, let me use this design. This is a dark mode design, so I'm going to use it as an illustration. If this design is to be developed with HTML and CSS, it is done in sections. And when it comes to design, you design in sections. Let me bring, I'm sorry. Fine, let's use this now. This is a school website design I did. Let me bring, so like I said, for a website design, you are using MacBook Pro 16. Now, when designing this website, as the more you build your website, the more your frame increases in length. It doesn't increase sideways because nothing will ever make this my laptop to increase. My laptop remains this width, but the content can always increase. That's what happens to a frame. Now, in engineering, if you have knowledge of HTML and CSS, you won't just build things and be dumping things anyhow. Like, okay, let me go to my junk and bring in some things so that, let me go to my junk files. Let's say I bring in this, or okay, let me bring in this, copy. Let's go to school and paste it. So assuming this is my content, I will just come, bring this drop, bring this drop. Then I don't have knowledge of HTML and CSS. If this is how I build, bring this drop. No. In HTML and CSS, you build with div block. And in design, we call it sections. Delete. So if you see this design now, this hero page has its own section. You can see this rectangle. It is a section and it is detachable. You can detach it. So I can click this now and bring it out. I can click this and bring it out. This is how you develop, is section by section. I can click this and bring it out. This is my MacBook Pro. Click this section, bring it out. And this is how it is being developed. You don't just cluster things like that. You bring them in section by section. And how do you do that section? When you must have brought in your frame. This is the MacBook Pro that you will use. This is your laptop design. So for each section, this is the hero section. You come here, you bring in a frame. So this frame must be the same size with this. The width is 17728. So this one is going to be 28. Enter. So this is going to be the width. Let me add color to it. This is the color. So after building this section, then you take it in. This section is done. Sorry, you are done. You come, you bring another frame, you build whatever you want to do. After that, let me give it another color. You take it in. This is another section. So let's assume I bring another one now. I give it another color. This is me designing with development in mind, because this is how you develop, whether in low code or HTML. You use div block, everything, so that you can flex it and align it. You don't just dump things from beginning to end. Everything should be detachable. So that's why they ask knowledge. Not that you should be able to code it. No, you should just know how developers develop and build like that, so that your design can be developed. There are so many designs that cannot be developed. So many designs that cannot be developed. So the knowledge of it is very important, and that's not a big deal. You could just take a little course, just to understand the fundamentals. Maybe all these free Udemy courses, just you are not building, you just want to know how they are doing things. Okay, this design now, they will show you the design and they will show you how they are building it. So, oh, this is how they build it. Oh, this is how. So that when you are not designing, you will be a better designer. Is that clear? Hello?
Yes, it is clear. Yes.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
please. It's clear.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So do we have any more questions? I think I'm going to delete all this. Do we have more questions on the UIUX course? The same thing applies here. You can see that everything here is in section. This is a section of its own. You can see the practical. This is the heroes page. Is a section of its own. This is another section. This is a section. This is a section. This is a section. This, this, this. You can see everything is designed and built in sections. These are sections. They are not kissing and just splashed everywhere. If you also come to this GitHub, you will see that it is, okay, let's go to the home page. This is from here now, you will see this section. Then this is another one. After that, you meet another section. You even meet, like, just have an understanding of how development is done. It will help you so much as a designer. And developers will love you. When you are hired in a company, you will not be fighting with developers. When you hand off your project, it will be a very smooth ride for them to develop quickly. And not every time you people are killing yourself and fighting. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's cool. So I guess we don't have any other question, but if there are questions, I think you should drop it in the WhatsApp so that it can be answered, and then people can read it over and over again. So that's it. David, are you here? I think you can come in at this point.
All right. Thanks so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Yes, we
hear
can hear you,
you.
sir.
All right. I really appreciate all of you for being here. I mean, we started with over 70 people, but we've disintegrated to becoming 46 or now 47 in total. So, but I appreciate those who stayed till the end. As you well know that in the health techies, we try as much as we can to bring in not just the best of trainers, but to also show you the possibilities, making sure that you are connected with the best of resources when it comes to your journey in tech. Someone asked the question the other time if he should leave his job to do something new in tech. And I really love the response Precious gave at the time because as a person, before I even got a job as a data analyst, I was already working with some organizations and trying to apply what I learned during my internship, uh, you know, to within the organization I was working with. So it was easier for me to share my job experiences and make sure that I push it on to the next company, to the next organization. And pretty much soon, I'm not like a big boy like that, but I can say that I've really found my feet in terms of the whole tech thing. I even got Microsoft certified. It was a tough journey initially, especially looking at the fact that my second degree was in the humanities. It wasn't as rosy, but the benefits are really massive, and that's what I want to encourage you all to begin to look at. This course is free for the majority of you, but we definitely we are going to pay for the trainer's time, okay? Because big woman like Precious, if you do this kind of thing free for anybody. So we needed to make sure that she's on board to share this experience. So try to enroll. This is the first time we are opening enrollment for any of our courses with permission for installment payment in installment, because we know that not many people can, especially those residents in Nigeria, looking at it as the poverty capital of the world. So we want to make sure that a lot of Nigerians are on board and a lot of people in Africa as well. But those who are outside, you you are as well welcome, because we try to make sure that recordings of all our sections are available to everyone. In our previous cohorts, not product design, but in other tech courses we've had students from over 6 countries, and it's not very much different from you all here. So it's an opportunity to meet people uh, in different parts of the world trying to learn product design, UI, UX design. So Precious, thank you very much. As soon as we drop this call, we would welcome enrollment, because we have to start planning for February, and we need to start in earnest. I've had a couple of persons who reached out to me that they are willing to enroll, and to such persons, I want to remind them again and yet tell us that you are all welcome. If you have questions for me, for Precious, for any team member in the health techies, you can as well ask now. And for those who are students who are also here, um, it's exciting to have you here, because learning about Discord and the fact that it's a project management tool or platform, it's something I needed you guys to experience. And I'm gracious enough that Precious shown you all how that platform works. So we are open to your questions and inquiries. The group will be open for those questions and then will be closed hopefully by let's say 5 p.m. East African, sorry, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe 11 p.m. West African time. So you have the opportunity to ask questions now. If there are no questions, then would leave it like that. And thanks for coming. Thank you for coming. I'm looking forward to having all of you join us in February. Any questions? Precious, thank you. Thanks so much.
My question is, I have a question, please.
Yeah, what's the question?
Now we are doing the data analysis, just entering, then UIUX also looks good. What's the basis or the possibility of combining the two, or is it better to have the knowledge and then know where you get job first and then start measuring or start specializing from there?
Okay, yeah, that's a brilliant question, because I know for those of you in the data analytics class, someone asked this question and I tried to respond to. I think that was Chioma, and I said, look, in the whole tech world thing, someone like me, you can't throw me away into the world of technology and I'll be totally lost. You know why? Because I've not gotten to use my Jupyter notebook all the time, but I know how to navigate it. In my company, I don't get to use Python all the time, but I know how to navigate it. Okay, there are some software I don't get to use all the time, because when you are working in a very serious company, you are not just the only tech guy there, right? You have junior data analysts, you have senior software engineers, you have junior software engineers, you have front end, you have full stack, you have back end, you have UI UX designers, you have IT technicians, you have all kinds of people. So you can't do everything at sometimes a particular company would be looking for just a data analyst who is good with Microsoft Excel. All right. And then you just join the team because you are going to be working with the team, especially if they are trying to build the products, maintain their products, or generate a lot more money from their products. So sometimes when some of these things come up, especially when they are being offered at a very affordable, if you go online and type product design online courses in Nigeria, you are going to be seeing 120, 150, 200. Precious, I think you are the one that showed me, right? Um, 250
Yes.
or 200 or something like that. And
Yes. Me, I spent 450.
you see, and personally in the US, I spent over I think $1,600 just to learn a particular software, and that was even the basic class, basic, or is it what they call it, beginners class or something like that, or intermediate, just a single software. So leverage whatever knowledge you can, because you never can tell um where you would find yourself tomorrow, and they just want to fill in a position, and you'll be like, okay, I can do this. No knowledge is a waste if you can afford to get the knowledge in your brain. Get on board, but if you can't, take it one step at a time and make sure it aligns with your career trajectory. I don't know if
Can
that
I ask a question?
made sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I?
thank you.
All right,
I
you're
think in
welcome.
further to the question he asked, I think maybe my mind went a bit differently. Now the thing is, are there people? I understand the need for niching up and all that, but the question is, are there people who can successfully handle both at a high level? Like for example, you've done data analytics with somewhere in January, and you delivered, and then somehow you were able to do UI UX with somewhere else in April, and you delivered properly.
Okay,
So I
I
understand
want to
how being able to. Yeah.
I
Okay, go
want to
ahead.
give you I want to give you an example. The guy that handles our website, if you go to our website, that guy, I used to call him I used to tell him that someone like him is going to be very difficult for you to say, "Okay, we don't need your services anymore." That guy is very good in terms of front end engineering. He's very good in terms of back end. And if you are good in terms of front end and back end, it means you are good in full stack development, right? All the designs you see on the website and the ones he has built, um, he did that himself. Like he's a one-man business. He's a freelancer. He works with a company, and he has his own media. What is it called? Ten Toes Media or something company. So I think it's all about, especially when you are young and you have all the time in the world to learn these things. You can do it. A lot more money will come to you. I know how much I paid that. I know how much I pay Cyprian every bloody month or every time I ask him to do something. When I ask him, okay, this thing is a back end problem, or can you work on it? He say, oh, God, calm down. He'll just bring in one code and that's it. He'll do it. But there are people that if you want them to do UI UX, they just stick to UI UX and they are expert at it. It's not a bad thing. And there are people you want them to do the front end, like you want them to connect whatever designs they have to all the sign up, sign ins, and the things Precious showed you today. There are people there. Back end, the same type of. So it's all about telling yourself or being really honest with yourself. How much information can you consume? How much information can you take? And how much of this information do you want to specialize in? For instance, I know basic design, but anytime I need something superior, I want to get someone on board. I would definitely pay for the services of a UI UX designer. And there are some companies like all these new software companies coming. UI UX design for me, it's one of the easiest tech jobs you can get out there. Trust me. There is somebody, a young guy I met in Uyo 2 years, no, 3 years ago when I went to the Eckert Google, there's something they call it, Google developers something, Google developers meet or something. Precious, I don't know if you have attended any of those offline events organized by Google. I met the guy. He was in charge of the students body of product designers in his university or in his polytechnic. Yeah, he went to polytechnic. And it was until recent last year he got a laptop because he's been writing about it. I think his own version of UI UX. He actually started using his phone, whatever software that was. I didn't know or I don't know. Then someone gifted him a laptop online on Facebook, and before you know it, he got on Upwork. It wasn't so long. This guy got a job, a gig. Within the same year, in the same month, he got a laptop. He got a job because he already had been building his portfolio. This same portfolio I've been talking about it every time. He's already been building stuff. So he got a job. And right now, that guy, as young as he has been exposed to Google developers meeting. He's been leading teams in his own university or polytechnic, and he started building little projects. He started building little projects using his phone, posted them online before he finally got a laptop. So I don't know if I've been able to say something reasonable. If you didn't get my points, I want to reiterate it. Whatever knowledge you are getting, make sure that the knowledge is something that is not going to weigh you down. If you can take more, take more. If you don't want to take more, make sure you specialize. But if you are looking for cases where there are people who can do more, who can take more and be quite efficient, I just mentioned one person who have done that.
Okay, my question is this: the remote jobs that comes with this training, the ICT generally, how effective are they to do the remote jobs? Maybe for somebody that is has a full-time employment, you have gotten a knowledge of data analysis as a data analyst or UI UX designer. How can you enter with a remote job, for instance? When they say you are working for so hours a day, is it at your own time, or so that you can come in at midnight and party and clear your desk and then go off, or at a particular time, or what and what? So what's the practical experience of remote jobs, and what is
Okay,
the
I leave that to Precious to give you a response.
Okay, fine. Um, Whenever you are blessed with a remote job, it is always wise to resign. Like I told you, when I was doing my training, I focused on my training. I was still doing my nursing job. But immediately I got a job, I resigned. It is honorable to resign. Okay? It will do you a lot of harm if you get a remote job and you think you can do it the way we do it down here. They value their time, and for every dollar they pay you, you have to show that you worked for it. Most of them, they have the screen readers. Okay, just if you know Upwork, when you are working in Upwork, your screen is open there. You can't be working for somebody and then you are doing something else, or you say, okay, oh, I will keep my job and also keep that one. Most of this remote job, they want you to work like the one I did. They have their time. Okay, you work with that time. If they say this work is from their own 10 a.m. to their own 5 p.m., you have to be there in front of your system and working. Of course, you will have break time. You have time for biological break. And when you are going, like me, when I'm going for biological, I say, please, I want to go for a 10 minutes biological break. And I go. Biology has its own course. You empty your bladder. Of course, it happens. Then you also have your normal break where you eat your food, 30 minutes, 1 hour, you rest, you come back to work. Everything is taken note of. If you are building, maybe you are designing something and you are creating assets, Figma takes account of every activity you are doing. You'll see it at the back end. So if you have gotten a foreign job, it will be wise for you to resign. Though some of the foreign jobs, they will just give you deliverables. It's okay. All we know is that in 4 days, deliver this. You can do it in the night, you can do it in the morning, you can do it in this. Then it's now left for you. Say, oh, okay, this deliverable, can I finish it in 3 days? So that you don't go to your job, then you come back in the night, you are tired. You can't even finish it. Then 3 days will come upon you, and you are not even, you've not done the job halfway. And you know these things will always it will affect you, because if you lose that job, by the time you are going for another one, maybe you will just tell them you have not worked somewhere, so that you will erase that. Because if you say you've worked somewhere, they'll tell you, why did you leave, why did you end it. They might even write that company to know what made them to terminate the appointment or whatever it is. So when it comes to remove job, if you've gotten it, and whether data analytics or okay, whether design, these are jobs that need you to think, they need you to be coordinated, they need you to be together. It's not a job that after going to the office and shout and run and do everything, then you come back, you open your Figma, you are confused. You open your laptop, you're totally confused. It's a job you wake up in the morning, your head is clear, your eye is clear, your conscience is clear, everybody is clear. Your guy did not shout at you in the office. Nobody ate your food that you kept in the freezer, and then the cleaner ate it and said they didn't know that this plate, their food flask is looking like your own. Then you come home hungry, and then you open the data, you are not listening to the data, you just do and submit. So my advice is, when you still get a job, it's time to resign.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thanks so
Um,
much, Precious. But in addition, we are going to be talking a little bit more about remote jobs, because I've had experiences. My virtual assistant have experiences. Precious again have experiences. Some of our trainers do have experiences aside those who are also working offline. We're going to be having a section about it. I think it's going to be for 3 weeks. More details, please follow our page if you haven't. we're going to be sharing a little bit more about it, practical sections, and we want to see many more people getting remote jobs because if um, we've had a recorded number of students who have secured remote jobs, but we want to be a little bit more invested in actually teaching it, not just the courses. Let's be really conscientious about taking students from, especially those who are not really aware of how some of these remote job sites work. So please hang on and we'll share more details on this. But so far, Precious did justice to the question. Thanks.
Okay. Another thing, I want to ask a question about freelancing. Like, I'm under the impression that, okay, remote jobs, you're under a company where you have to log in your time in and out. And as a result, it will be very, very dishonorable to keep your job. Now, about freelancing, is it possible that one can have a job where I think she mentioned something about deliverable? You understand? You are told to deliver so and so within so and so specific time. Because obviously, on my own part, I'm a medical doctor. I obviously, for someone like me to migrate from a profession like that, I'm talking about 5 years from now. So I really want to be sure that I have all my I's dotted and my T's crossed before I can actually
Yeah.
migrate. So I want to know exactly what I can do in the meantime before I can say, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to stay fully at home and commit fully to tech.
Okay, so let me quickly make some recommendations since you already have a good job. So one thing that I did, and I was that I didn't take in full-time roles. I, especially for some of the remote job sites, I took in what is called contract-based jobs. So these jobs would allow you not to be monitored by the company remotely, but they would only give you a time frame. They could give you a task. For instance, the two students have been working with, they're preparing for an interview. They actually, one of them is going to be full time and the other is tax based. So companies would they don't want to hire a full-time staff because what they need a full-time staff to do is basically what they need to do within maybe 2 weeks or three. So they are going to tell you that this job is contract based and they'll be sending you tasks, maybe they could get you on board their company server, whatever it is, but they could send you tasks and then ask you to do them. So you can now decide when you are done with your full-time job, you now go home and do whatever tasks you are supposed to do and turn it in. And after that, you get paid. So build in some of these contractual roles. When you take them, the more you take them, the more you have experiences alongside. That's one. Number two, as you are working as a medical doctor, you can begin to get closer to the tech guys in your sector. The guys handling the company or the I don't know what the company hospital, what is it? They they just the guys handling the database of the company. You could begin to make friends with them. You could ask them to loop you in any. You could volunteer to any role. They could loop you in. So that by the time you are planning to migrate from your role to another role, you would mention the things you did in your present company, you volunteered to do even as a medical doctor. So that is number two. Volunteer within the organization, do things for other people, even assisting your colleague to solve an Excel problem or a design problem could be counted as something. You are building your portfolio and you will be proud of yourself for doing that. Then number three is look out for internship opportunities. Internship opportunities, sometimes they are free, sometimes they are paid, and hopefully when we go to the I don't know which course you enrolled for. I think a data analysis. You will be sharing
Yes,
a
data
little
analysis.
more. Yeah, we'll be sharing a little bit more about portfolio creation. And for those who are going to be enrolling for the UI UX design, you definitely be taught how to build your portfolio as well. And these are the things that would want you to consider. The first being that take contractual roles more times. The second, volunteer within your organization, and volunteering could be getting aligned with the tech guys or the data driven guys in your organization, or even volunteering your time to teach someone else how to navigate a particular software. And then the third one is look out for internship opportunities. These are the ways you can prepare so that by the time you sign in, you have a list of your portfolio ready, experiences are ripe, you can now begin to do some full-time hunting. But the same processes, of course, works for those who are not in full-time employment. Get those roles started, and just gradually you get there.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. I just hope I made sense. Did I, Precious?
Yes, yes, you did.
All right.
And for him, that is also a medical doctor. Like I said, I started off, I was into research. You even have more, how will I say, you are more at an advantageous position. There are a lot of data. Then when our field officers go for malaria program, like if you can get like data about malaria, malnutrition, tuberculosis. So there are so many data, so many. Then I one of my instructors, we will get some job from UNICEF, WHO, say, come and analyze this, so come and do this. So I'll be looking at them moping until I could, gather myself and started understanding the whole stuff. So you are, in fact, you are a hot cake. So you should focus on, like he said, free work, internship, volunteering to look at, to understand data. There's so many data in the medical field, a lot of them, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to that. Thank you.
So I think I can leave you guys now if there's no other question or concern.
So thank you guys. Thank you everyone for having me. Do have the best of the evening.
Okay, thank you and good night.
Thank you very much and have a
Thank you
beautiful
so
night.
much, Precious. So see you guys in February. For those who are enrolling for the UX, UIUX design, that'll be in February. But enrollment is going on at the moment.